Hello everybody, Shocking into 1000 million point for Tuesday, welcoming you back to more Cel Damage. In the last episode, we started off the story mode as the one and only character I'm going to be doing in this playthrough, known as Cinder. Reason why I'm only going to be doing it as Cinder is because, do you really want to see me play 16 smack attacks, 16, actually no, it's not 16, it's 12, sorry. I can't count. But yeah, do you really want to see me do 36 stages as Violet, BT Bruno, Cinder, Dominic Trix, Foulmouth, Fleming, Whack Angus, and these three characters? Yeah, I don't think you want to see that, because it's basically going to be the same old every single time, where it's just going to be like, you play as this character, you pick a stage, and then sure enough, bam. Without any hesitation, you go right in and do exactly what you did with another character that you previously did it with. But before I actually go back into the view progress, I'm going to go into this. You can basically do free play on Smack Attack, Gate Relay, or Flag Relay to get a little bit of practice for the view progress thing. But something else, if you go to Event Settings, this is actually kind of an interesting trick. You can actually change how many points is required to win the match. Only problem is, it also affects the view progress thing, because I remember one time I actually put 500 to the highest points it can possibly go to 1,000. It does have the option to do unlock mode yes or no. If you do it to yes, it defaults to 500. You can even change the difficulty from Toon Training, which is what we was on by default, where it's like the AI is less aggressive. Toon Pro, and difficulty changes how fast vehicles move and how AIs behave. And Insane Toon, where the AIs are very aggressive. Set AIs to know to play with human players. Oh, okay. So option to actually have AI players on or not. You can also have a look at the weapon list. It shows every single weapon in the entire game. This is Fleming's special weapon. This is Foulmouth's special weapon, and you can see what I was trying to explain with his special mechanic. This is BT Bruno's. This is Whack Angus. It actually does tell you the name of all of these things. Dynamite Crossbow, that's Dominic's special. Wood Chipper, which is Cinder's special. Here's Filers with the Mortar. I feel like I'm missing somebody. See, so we got Violets, Cinders, Dominique's, BT Bruno's, Whack Anger. Oh, no, I'm not missing anybody. Okay. So, obviously, these names, Laser, Spring, Tommy Gun, Portable Hole, Rocket Booster, Seeking Missiles, Shrink Ray, Personal Weapon, which is basically your special, Nuclear Mine, Buzzsaw, Cleavers, Freeze Ray, Sledgehammer, Harpoon, Gunship, Vacuum, Wood Chipper, Dynamite Crossbow, Cluster Bombs, Boxing Gloves, Broadside Cannons, Chain Gun, Chainsaw, Grenade, Baseball Bat, Axe, and Mortar. You basically unlock these the more matches you play, both in view progress and in free play. I would go over what each of them do. Right, actually, I'm going to go over each of them right now. Mortar I've already gone over. Well, basically the specials have gone over in every single one. The only ones I'm not going to go over is Nuclear Mine, Seeking Missiles, and Shrink Ray. Because these are the special attacks of the 3 characters that we have yet to see. But Shrink Ray is the special of the character that we're going to be introduced to next. What this weapon does is, it shrinks the opponent so that way they can't use weapons at all. You're basically like a shrunken driver trying to avoid taking damage from anything. You can be killed by just being driven over when you're shrunk. The shrink rate doesn't really score you any points unless you run over the person. The rocket booster. You're a fast-seeking missile that unleashes Armageddon. You fly in the air all over the place, and then when you press the A button, you fire the rocket and it can do a lot of damage. Only problem is, you are commonly known to miss with it because of how fast you move. Portable hole. Drive in a hole, you fall to a bottomless pit and you die. That's it. Spring. You just basically jump into action, and then if you can land directly on top of an enemy, you basically flatten them. Otherwise, if you land near them, you send a shockwave that pushes your opponents back for a short period. Buzzsaw. You throw 2 buzzsaws and they can auto lock on a driver and chase after them, but it is limited about their path. Freeze ray. You freeze an enemy and then you just use whatever you want to use to kill them by driving into them, throwing those pellets, which is your secondary like weapon when you're pressing the B button. Otherwise, you freeze an enemy, they stay frozen, but as long as they don't collide into anything that's going to smash them to pieces, they get to stay alive. Harpoon. Shoot an enemy from a distance. If they get hit, they'll go straight into a wall, not be able to move whatsoever, and they're gone. Gunship. You're basically a helicopter from World War II. You fly in the air, you fire those guns to try and shoot people to kill. I'm not really a massive fan of this weapon because it's like you have to get low and personal in order to kill people with the guns. You can also kill them with the blades, basically the propeller. Vacuum is basically the wood chipper, but it doesn't actually kill anybody. What it does is you score 10 points every single time you hit somebody with this weapon with only 3 usage. And if anybody gets sucked in with a vacuum, whatever weapon they've had on their possession, they will lose it. Cluster bombs. You basically prepare a pathway of grenades, and if anybody drives over them, bam, they explode into pieces. Boxing gloves doesn't kill anybody, it just basically is there to be like, I'm gonna punch you as many times as possible. It can be really good because you could be like, I'm gonna punch you, and then immediately you could like send them to a trap or somewhat. Sorry, my mom's just messaging me. Broadside cannons. The only way you can actually damage people with this weapon to kill them is if you set it off when sat beside them. Chainsaw. Basically like the axe, you swing the saw back and forth, but you can't do it repeatedly until you hit somebody. The more times you swing it, the more likely you're going to be depleting how long you get to use it. Grenade, you basically throw a grenade and hopefully basically can explode in somebody's face. Baseball bat, basically a combination of the boxing gloves and the chainsaw. And yeah, that's all the weapons I can honestly say. So going back to the few progress, we're going to Swamp Stomp. since I did waste about 10 minutes explaining all those weapons. Even though we're probably not going to be seeing them for quite a bit. And that character I mentioned with his special move, the Shrink Ray, you find him in the Shrink Stomp, well, all the green levels. And that guy is T-Rex. Looks nothing like a T-Rex. You can press A at any given time to actually skip that. I just wanted to show his name. And you actually did notice that when you play a certain level, if you see a certain weapon that was not there to begin with, that means you're going to unlock it this time. You see, BT Bruno had the harpoon and I had the boxing gloves. The boxing gloves is not really handy for this stage, but those crocodiles, you can actually be killed by the crocodiles by running into their mouth. If you can punch anybody into the mouths, you can get style points for that. And let's see, who's in the lead? No surprise, it's T-Rex. But you're noticing, we're driving at a much faster speed, and the AI is much more aggressive than in the previous fight that we had. That's because when I went into the free play mode, I changed the difficulty of the enemies because I wanted to actually show you what it's like to have them be the most aggressive. Because you see, I've actually died 5 times and not been able to get a single kill on anybody. I thought I hit Foul Mouth with the harpoon there, but apparently I didn't. Oh god. The only problem about having the hardest difficulty being as it is, because you drive so fast, you have literally no control. Okay, just punch anybody I see. Ow! It's like a boxing match. I'm actually surprised I'm actually in last place. Right, let's see. Oh, come on! Wait, did the harpoon only score me 5 points? Come on, come back here, you. Wow, the boxing gloves only give you 2 to 3 points somewhat. I was getting a little bit too into it. Ah. Dang it. Sorry. But this is a ruthless game, as I can honestly say. Oh, damn it. Yep. Now you can see the huge difficulty spike on this. So, what the? I just did a barrel roll for no reason. Ah. Well, I actually got hit by BT Bruno's weapon for the first time. Right, replenish my box. Hey. Honestly, what kind of a taunt is that? Say please and I'll give you another. Honestly. I punched a crocodile in the face. Oh dear. Well, we actually got to see Foulmouth's special there. You saw that the Tommy gun was actually swinging back and forth repeatedly. Right. I need some people to punch. Come on. Damn it. Damn. Yep, there we go. That's how you do the shrink ray. Shrink them and then run over them. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Fleming actually killed us with a harpoon, along with Dominic with the same harpoon, and then Cinder just says to Dominic, "Want to see my weasel?" Oh my god. Oh, I don't actually know what weasel means, but I don't want to, you know, have it sound like a sexual reference. If you get my drift. We actually got. Oh. Oh, there we go. We actually get to see... Oh, BT Bruno is in the lead. But yeah, they are showing that flashing star indicating that they are close to winning. Even T-Rex is close. The only way you actually get to see that happen is if you are 50 points or less away from winning the game. And T-Rex was the one who won it. Oddly enough, I can't even see him. Where is he? But yeah, that is the hardest difficulty. Now I'm going to go into the... Well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put it to Toon Pro, because that should really be like the default level rather than Toon Training. So I'm going to keep it on Toon Pro, and then we're going to have a second crack at that stage. Press A to skip. And yeah, in case you're wondering, because we lost, we actually didn't unlock the weapons, meaning we have to win the level in order to unlock the weapons. Look at 26. So I'm guessing the wood chipper actually gives you 13 points. I got shrunk into pieces. I can't see where anybody is. There you are, BT Bruno. Oh, ah! T-Rex. Oh, actually, now I think about it. Oh, it's 5 points for hitting them, and then more 5 points for killing them. So, with the harpoon, the bad thing about this is you can score 5 points for hitting them with the harpoon to begin with, but if they don't die from the harpoon, because you notice that when they got hit by the harpoon and went sent into the wall, they were still alive temporarily, meaning that anybody can just run right in and take the kill. So it's like, oh, that person's hit with a harpoon. I'm going to score points before the other person scores a bonus 5 points. That's kind of the gist. But that's shown what's like being eaten by a crocodile. Alright. But yeah, having it put on this is actually really nice. The only problem is, yeah, you can't see where any of the fighters are. So really, you want to actually keep it on this so you can actually tell where everybody is. Oh, something else I should really point out. Fleming's special that I mentioned actually makes you go engulfed in flames. If you do actually get engulfed in flames, if you enter any body of water, you can eliminate the flames and stay alive. It's actually really good, because there are so many scenarios where... Wait, hang on. I got hit by Dominic's dynamite crossbow, yet Oh my god! It was boxed around all over the place. But yeah, I got hit by the dynamite crossbow, yet I was in the harpoon, and I got killed by the harpoon and not the crossbow. I don't get it, but whatever. We have actually gone over the time limit, but I want to actually try and end this match real quick. There we go. We are actually pretty far behind. But you can see how the game is going on a lot longer with the medium-based difficulty. Oh, wow. Ah! Dang it. She beat me to it. What? Ah! I think T-Rex is going to win this again because I keep getting killed non-stop. Oh my god. They are ruthless here. Any weapon will do. Right. Ah! Dominic! Hey, there you go. We still lost. But anyway, now that's all sorted out, we're going to be ending things off for this episode. Next time on Cel Damage, we're going to be going to the next stage to introduce you to another new character. We'll see you guys then.